Okay, so let's go through some, other postures and see if we can get some of the lines to be a little smoother. Oh, it is pretty loud, huh? How come? Okay, so in the beginning we start off, we do the grasp the sparrow's tail movement. Let's see what that's like. So let's do it in this direction first. Grasp the sparrow's tail. So we go down, right? Then we go forward and back and forward and back. So this movement and the body turns together. So that means the legs have to move as well. See? Yeah, competition form, yeah. Yeah. So we came here, right? So we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we just try to get, in any form, try to get the circle to start from the soles of your feet, from the ankles. Because whether you go forward and back or turn, the only difference is because it's not driven by your arm, you can control the direction of the movement of the arm better. Because if you're just using your arm to drive the movement, then the legs may not coordinate with it. So you start from the bottom up. Get it to work from the legs. So when we start off, after we open the form, we pivot. We step out and then turn the body. Okay. Shift your weight. So you're in the stance. Step out. Then you roll back. Then you turn till you sit over this back heel. Then you pivot. Then go back to the side here. And then it allows you to open a single whip. So all that gyration type thing is turning you in a direction. So when you turn, it just sets you up for that position. And we've done this before, where you turn and then turn the body, then turn the body. See, or turn the body and you're here, right? So let's try that again. We turn, open the arms, and then sink the elbow. Then we turn, we draw, go to the toe, sit back, lift the foot, and the sinking tie into the softness in the front leg. And then this hand is about where your ears are. And then we do the next movement, brush knee. Same brush knee as usual. Then the parry, the block, the parry and punch. So after the brush knee, you're going to drop the hand, step to the corner, and turn. So we'll brush knee, sink the elbow, and turn. So here's where you turn the body and strike down. Then we sit back. Then we're going to start to wipe around like this. Now we wipe turn. Now your foot's here. When you turn, by the time your hand gets to here, your body weight should be forward. And then you start to pull down toward this leg. Then you turn your hips. Then you press forward. Sit back, turn. By the time this hand gets to there, you should be over the front leg. Draw down and pull in. So you see, so there's a bit of timing there in the phases of motion. So we're here, parry. We're going to sit back, turn. Once the hands are in the corner, you're going to be in the forward position when you reach it. Then when you start to pull down toward the legs, you adjust the hips, all the weight is on this leg, you come to center. You step out and you press forward. Turn. By the time the hand reaches that point, you're sinking down as if you're pulling down. And then we're going to merge and press. And then as we start to open, all the weight is on that front leg now. Because we're going to balance here. And you turn your waist like this. And you punch. So the reason why that works, because when you're here and you begin to turn like this, once you turn your spine so it's over the heel of the back foot, you're in the balanced position. So if you don't turn your spine at that point, you're not going to be stable. See, because your spine has to go to the heel of that supporting leg for you to have an alignment for the vertical line. Because when you're here, say we're here, right? When we go to this position, we're actually kind of in between. So when you're here, when you come to the back position, this is what you're looking for. And then you can turn. Okay, so let's try that again. So from here, we're in the back fist position. Turn and shift forward. Stroke down and square. Forward. Turn and then start drifting forward. And go for press. Open. We're in line with this leg. Now we're in line with this fist and knee. Then we turn. And then we punch. Cross the arms. Pull down. And push forward. Now next movement we open. And close. Okay. So the open and close movement is like, you know how they're playing an accordion? But because we're coming this way, see, we're here, we shift the weight to this leg, we lean in this direction as if your hand is opening on this side. And then you come back in and press. Now your weight's on this side, allows you to open. So the coordination between this and this happens in your chest and your back. Because when you open and close, open and close, by the time you're starting to shift the weight to this leg, you feel the compression. See? So the hand movement is really your back and shoulders. It's not really your hands doing this. You're creating this motion here. So if you move from here and here, then you can control the wrists better to pull open and then close. Open and then close. So between the foot up and down movement, it's here. Now we open, there's your center, we shift over, keeping the vertical line. Then we're here, 1, hold the ball, step, touch down, strum the lute, fist on the elbow, turn, push out. Yeah, so when you turn, once you turn, step to the corner. See, because we're here, we have to put our weight here so we can step and transition across, touch with the toe, the ball of the foot. Yeah, like the ball. Yeah. And then come back to square. Then this hand pushes there, points there, step out, and push. So those are the footwork and the sort of direction. So to avoid the hand moving when you're pushing, you just sink and just get it from the elbow. Don't reach. Just, it doesn't fold. So as I move, you see, so your knees and elbows have that coordination. See what I mean? So when we're here, we step out. When I step out, I'm here. When I'm here, I'm here. Then I step, turn, transfer the weight to here. Then we go around. Did that. Jade Lady work shuttle. Stroke down. Begin the roundness here. Turn. Time it with your feet. So try to get a little bit more elbow in the folding, so that when you go around, fold. You see this leg sink. 1, 2. 1, 2. So you look at the whole body is sinking here. Then you push. Sit back, turn, just like before. We're here. Now my elbow's here before it goes here. You see? So if your hand's already here, then it just looks like that. But when the elbow's here, the arm looks like that. So you're creating so the lines of the motion is much more distinct, and the characteristic of the timing is much more integrated. See, the elbows are very important in the motion. You have the shoulder, your elbow, your wrist. If you're driving your movements from the hands, then the elbows don't necessarily have a pattern. Whereas when you're here and you're driving the movement from the elbow, then what really has to happen is relax the shoulder. So when you relax the shoulder, you can create a fuller movement. And you have to time the movement. But when the movement comes out, you have to focus this, so now you have structure. If you don't do this, then this is kind of there, but it's not quite there. So there's no lines in the motion. Yeah. So it's sort of all the way to your fingertip is how the movement becomes. Now it doesn't have to be like this early. It has to be this when it reaches the finishing point. So when the hand does this, it's not, then it's still stiff, you see. It reaches the point at the point of intention, see. So that's much more control Then if you get the hand movements to the fingertip, then it's as if your finger can scribe the motion. It's like you're drawing the line. If you're here, it's there, but it's not really distinct and clear. It's like when you go like this, the direction of your strength is here. So your hand has to create that. And this has to be firm but not stiff. When you're here, you see this hand, you look at the hand. Right? I'm here. This hand. So the movement is like it ripples through like a wave. See? Because when you go like this or like this, the movement is much more than just this. Imagine I take his arm and I do this. This is right. If I just go like this, it doesn't control this. When I control this, then I can. Now when the hand is here, I have structure. It's just natural. If I'm like this, there's no position. If I'm out there, it's too stiff. If he takes his hand away, I'm like this, right? But if I'm here, my shoulders relax, hand is here. See? But at the same time, it's relaxed enough for me to do this. It's there, solid enough so when he presses, it doesn't collapse. It's here. Then when I turn my body, right now I'm not turned yet. When I turn my body, now he feels firmness. See, this is the structure. So that's what you learn in the form after form. This is thrusting. You see, this foot, this hand is turning, right? So that has intent. The yi, they call it yi, consciousness intent. Yi is really the heart and the mind combined. The heart and the mind combined gives you the conscious intent. So if the heart and mind are together, then the movement will have a feeling, expression and motion. So when you do the move, you can feel the position as if you have energy and emotion. So once the mind intent connects with energy and emotion, then the final position would be the essence of that posture. So that's the internal mechanism. The mind, body, the intent of the movement, and the energy is driven by what the body is doing. So once the mind knows that, it's like anything that you do. You're going to do something, you just automatically will do it. You reach for a cup, you know that it goes there, you're going to drink it, it goes like that. You don't really have to go through this thought process, it just happens. So when we program the movement, we say, this is the movement. Then the body knows that this is idea, right? And then when you move, yeah. So that's what we try to get into the movement as a feeling, an expression. So whether it's performance or you're doing it yourself, you have to try to get that mind-body relationship. And then yi is conscious intent, but yi is also that feeling, yi, like meaning. So when your movements express, it has a kind of a meaning or functionality. So So all of those little things we just did is part of that. When we move here and we stroke down, you see now, you can see that when we bring this up, when the hand goes to there, this is where it has to meet, because this is my root. This is where the strength is going to come from. So when I move, if I just come to here and then pass through there, there wasn't a point of starting your motion because you haven't prepared for the motion. So you have to set up. So when we cross across like this, and we set up the motion, then we're here. Then you press. Then you turn. The body comes to here, and then we turn. Well, here's the vertical spine again over that supporting leg, and it goes forward. Yeah. So when you come forward, you continue to turn. Because it has to finish so that this is here and this is here. So this lines up with this. This lines up with this. And it's where the knee is. So if you don't turn your waist enough, it's here. Then the alignment, those 3 points of alignment is missed. So it's the nose, the hand, and the knee. This hand is here because you developed that. See? So if it's here, it's different. Here. Yeah. So that's muscle memory. So that's what you target as a final position. But at the same time, the body will keep reinforcing it until finally, without thinking, it's there. Because the body knows through muscle memory, joint angle position. So that's what we practice. Okay, we're gonna bob. Up. So that's next stage, David. You can practice those kind of ideas in your form now. It's good. You know the sequence now pretty well. Yeah, we'll work on that. Yeah. Next time. Or another time. Okay, let's line up.